Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Anti-Material Energy. In the last episode, we made this thing, which is the Item Value Exchanger Table, or the IVET. I want to say that the name changes, maybe not. But the IVET, it is a thing from the Paracel mod that is really weird. So I tried to look up recipes for this thing, because we know that we can make gold from diamonds. Presumably we'd be able to make other things from other, like, gold would turn into maybe iron, maybe? Or vice versa. But, yeah, there's no recipes I can find, like, whatsoever. So it's really annoying. But, it is what it is. So, yeah, we were going to use this thing. This thing is what's used to make the neutralized ME matter into ME matter, which will give us access, hopefully, to emeralds with this stuff. The problem is, the neutralized ME matter is extremely expensive. It requires 4 blocks plus 4 diamonds just to make a little bit of it, 8 of them. And so that's not really something we can manage to do right now. I've been trying to get a bunch of coal and carbon so we can make more diamonds, and it's just not going to work out too well. So we're going to try a couple other things today. We're gonna try to get resources in different ways, and one is one that we've had access to for a while, but because there's no guide on it, at least not in game, I had to go look up stuff. And I also made a bunch of ash out of seeds because why not? So yeah, there's a bunch of like questions with the equivalent exchange. There is a bit of a wiki, but because a lot of the stuff was, well, a lot of it was kind of, how do I want to say this? It was work in progress. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. A lot of this stuff is work in progress. So who knows what we can do with it. I want to remind you guys that this pack is kind of a mess. It's a dead pack. Not everything is finished in it and all that kind of stuff. We're still going to play it. We're still going to do what we can. But we've got to work in the constraints of what we have to work with. So just a little bit of an aside. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a little bit of alchemy. And then we're going to switch over to Aura Cascade, which is a mod that I have worked with in the past, but I'll be completely honest, it's been a while. But I want to show off that I've got a bunch of, wow, a lot of circuits. I ran another stack of cobblestone through here, and this is all the stuff I've collected so far. We do have a power cube from that, which is really nice because the recipe for this is a little bit annoying. It requires a lot of iron. But yeah, we have a bunch of circuits. Eventually we will make this storage chamber, which is going to require some more iron, and that will be useful for storing all the circuits, but we'll get to that point later. So yeah, let's get into some alchemy. So what we're going to need, first of all, is, okay, I thought we had made something. This book. We made that book, but where is it? What did I do with it? Is it in here? Did we use it for something? So we have the recipe for it. We used it. So I don't know if this is the book or not, but we'll find out. Because it's called something else in the wiki, and I am looking at a wiki, basically. I have it next to me if I need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this research station. Just going to require a little bit of iron and a slab and some stone. Nothing too difficult if I can get around a static object. So it's like something like this. We put the slab there. Iron. Cool. Research station. So this is what's kind of the beginning of getting into transmutation. So we can just put that right there. And what we can do is we can put an item in here. Let's put charcoal. That work? No? Cobblestone? Let me see if I can't figure out how this works. So the research station is basically what we need in order to learn things. And we need an item. And is it this item? No. Alright, so let's look at equivalent exchange. We need a book. And I don't know if it's this book that we need or if there is another book. The thing that it's calling it is the Alcheminomicon. But obviously it's not called that in this, so it's got to be this tome. So we're gonna need some more minium dust. That's okay. So minium dust, we need azure dust. So can we get? We need something that's gonna give us minium dust, which is pretty high level. But I think what we can do is we need 8,000. So it's a diamond. A diamond would work. Is there anything that's like 8,000-ish that isn't diamond? I mean, lapis is pretty low. Glowstone isn't high enough. Ender pearls. We have a good number of ender pearls. That's only 1,000, so I think those will give us the green dust, won't they? If we can go through. Yeah, we don't want the green dust. We want higher than that. So, I mean, we could just burn a couple diamonds. What's... Okay, the amethysts don't have anything. These guys have a little over 1,000 because they are made of gold or iron. That's got 3,000. Alright, is there anything at all we can... 34. Or do we just need to do a couple of diamonds? I can make a couple more diamonds. I have 8 carbon nanotubes. So we can do 1, 2, 3. We can make a few more diamonds. We're going to need 1 diamond for something else. Let's put this stuff away. And I want to decompose the gold spike. We're going to get a bit of gold. Looks like not that much, but we get 4 ingots of gold. So that's not bad. We're gonna need 3 of these for later. So, I guess we only need to burn 1 diamond, don't we? So, let's do that. And then while that's doing its thing, we're gonna need a book. So we're gonna need wood. Can we turn this back? Perfect. We're gonna need some string, and we're going to need a little bit of paper. So all in all, nothing too awful with this. I don't have any paper in there, so let's just eat some bread, and then we'll break down some of these. Now string is something that is actually pretty easy for us to get now that we have a mob farm, so that's not too much of a concern. We just need 3. And then do we have any string over here, or do we have to go all the way over there? We have a piece of string. Cool. So we can make a book. Paper. Blank pattern. And string. It's 2 blank patterns. I always forget that. And there's the book. So we'll put the rest of those in. Put the rest of those in there. And let's go ahead and get our minium dust. And see if this tome of alchemical knowledge is what we need. Now, the trick with all of this is we're going to need to make a transmutation thing. And I think this tome... No known transmutation. So yeah, this is what it's called. So we put that there. And if we put that in here, does that fit? No. I don't know what this is used for at all. The scroll of transmutation knowledge. But now we can learn things like charcoal. So as you can see, we will consume the charcoal and we'll learn how to make it. So we're going to need a few more things, but if we take this out and look at it, we now have charcoal in here. So we're going to do that with a handful of things. We're going to use a diamond. We're going to put a piece of gold in there. We're going to put a piece of iron, redstone, lapis, coal. We'll use actual glowstone. I think that would be good. We're going to learn how to make a bunch of things. And so this is kind of the first step towards some really cool stuff. Ender pearls would probably be good as well. Which, I'm going to go ahead and take all these guys. What's the protection 2 golden helmets? That's not bad. So that's kind of cool. Now, there is the step of we need a transmutation tablet. Well, that's a little bit more expensive. Let's put some of this stuff away while we're waiting around for that. I don't know what the scroll is. I might look into that later, but we'll put that away for right now. Put all that stuff away. Cool. So the big thing is iron, gold, and diamonds. Diamonds especially would be nice to be able to get easily. And presumably, this will allow us to do just that. I don't know how this works. I know how other versions of Equivalent Exchange works, so we'll kind of see. But depending on what we need, what happens with this, it'll be pretty easy, hopefully. So the next thing we're going to need is two things. We're going to need chalk, which we can't make, but I saw it was a quest reward. For the Alchemical Chest, the top tier. Okay. We're also going to need ash-infused stone, which let's see if all these quests. Okay, so if we get the chalk from that quest, then we'll be good. But we can get the ash-infused stone. I don't know, ash-infused stone. So this stuff is just stone and ash in this guy. So we're going to need 9 of these and 9 stone. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. But we'll get the ash-infused stone and we'll continue learning more things. Now, if we want the chest, oh, there is the upgrades. What is it? I guess we'll have to do alchemical. Yeah, there it is. Alchemical chest. We need 8 MineChem. Or we can upgrade the other ones with 8 MineChem. So we need 8 MineChem. That requires a lot of diamonds. Or actually, gold is 2048. Diamonds are a lot less. I think we might be able to cheese this a little bit, because if we look at MineChem dust, it's for azure, or something that's high enough to get 8,000. What's silver, by the way? I have a bunch of silver. It's only 500. Okay. So if one diamond... Ooh, yeah, this will work. Alright, we just need a little bit more carbon. So let's get another carbon nanotube, another diamond, and I'll need to get a lot more carbon as we go. But there we go. Bunch of tomes, and we can look at this stuff if we want. So if we don't burn the diamond, but rather put the diamond in here, we'll get 32 gold ingots. So diamond's worth 8,000. We just got 32 times 2,000, which is like 64,000. So we can burn all of this and get a lot more of the azure dust, which will give us access to MineChem dust. In fact, if we get four of them, for every 4, so this is exactly what we need. We'll just need a little bit more ash, and we can get the chalk. So that will kind of do its thing. Alright, well, so we have the ash infused stone, and we have our book, our tome, so we just need to get to the chalk. That's going to take a little bit of time, so while we're waiting, let's go ahead and do some work with getting a vortex infusion. Now that is also a quest, so let's go here. So vortex infusions. We need the vortex controller. That's the first thing, and the very first thing we need to do is drop these guys, and over here feed that with power so that it starts processing, and it will take a little bit of time. We can speed it up if we add another burning pump. And we'll want to go there, and you know, let's just do this. So those don't have any aura, but we can throw in a little bit, and then we can throw a little bit of charcoal. Alright, so I picked that up, and we'll just let those go. So that should be faster. And it's much it is much faster. So the more ore we can kind of pump and all that kind of stuff, the better off we'll be. But we're going to need 5 of these arcane red ingots, which, let's make sure there's not a quest for this or anything. We needed to make the blue ingots, that's right. And then later we'll need to make, you know, better pumps and all that kind of stuff, probably. Like, we can upgrade the pumps. Oh, and that just passed, so let's just throw this stuff on the ground. It shouldn't take that long. And we'll just throw a little bit of charcoal. Honestly, charcoal is not that big of a concern. Time left, 200 seconds. Yeah, okay. So that'd be fine. So that'll work. We'll come back to that in just a second. How is this guy doing? We have 19. So we can turn this into the MineChem. And then we're going to need a chest, which we have one over here. And we can actually use this this Alchemical Chest to make things a little bit better. So we need 8 MineChem dust in total. And I think using the gold like we did is probably going to be the best way to handle this. Alright. We just have one more. And then we'll be able to make our Vortex Controller. It's just 5 arcane red, diamond, and 3 gold. Kind of expensive, but not too bad. Now, we can't use it yet. We're going to need a little bit more stuff with it, and we're going to want some more, well, pumps of some sort. But we'll kind of get rid of all this stuff, and we'll probably move it. Or I might just keep that like there, like it is, and we'll deal with things in a different way. We'll put the Vortex Infusion somewhere else. But this will give us the controller, and that's going to give us a reward bag and another storage book, which I don't really understand the storage books. I probably won't end up using that, but there it is. So reward, and since it's the it was a good reward bag, it was blocks. That's okay. All right, so now with Vortex. We'll need to get the Vortex Pedestals. There's 4 of them we're going to need to get those. It's just lapis around an aura node. So we'll get to that soon enough. What's the easiest way to get lapis? I know we have, you know, blue sheep will give us lapis. And there is all of the dust that we need. So let's get some blue wool. And we'll just kind of come back here every once in a while to get more blue wool. I've lost a purple sheep. I don't know if it died or not, but I'm not too concerned about it. And it looks like I also lost a black sheep. And that was relatively recent. Because, I mean, there was one over here just a little bit ago. Because I was prepping this for quite a while. So, it's whatever. By the way, we have a ton of eggs. So that's good. Alright, so there is our 8 minium dust. Now we can put that in there with a chest and make the alchemical chest. You know, let's put a bunch of ash over here. So there is the alchemical chest. And that gives us another quest. So I don't know what this lead potion is. So we're just going to put that in there. We're going to put the we'll keep the alchemical chest for now. But now the last thing we're going to do is make the transmutation tablet, which is a multi-block. Let's put it just right here. So it's a 3x3. And we'll need ash stone. So I think we do this. Mark it. So you draw a 3x3 square, and then I think you right-click it with a shift right-click it with an empty hand, and there we go, transmutation tablet. So we can put this in here. Alright, evidently we can put this in here. And so if we put stuff in here, we'll get access to kind of what we can use it for. So there is the transmutation tablet. Now, if we want to do anything major, we're going to need a good bit of, well, we're going to need a good bit of materials to throw in there. And I think the problem is, let's get a stack of cobblestone. And we can see pretty quickly, if we put a stack of cobblestone in there, okay, that does work, but we only have so many spaces we can actually use. We can't use the middle, that's where we get the stuff. Alright, so we'll have to figure out kind of the best way to get stuff. You know, things that are going to be fairly cheap and easy to, like, get lots of resources with are probably going to be our best options. So, bones. Don't have that high, but you know what does? Gunpowder. Gunpowder is actually pretty good. Ender pearls are also really good, but let's take 2 stacks of gunpowder. And arrows, unfortunately, don't have any exchange value, which is a bummer. But let's see how much we can get for, like, a stack of gunpowder. Alright, so that is a lot. There's 12,000 EMC in there, or exchange energy. Used to be called EMC. And we can basically turn gunpowder from our mob farm into things like diamonds or lapis. So we're gonna need like a good bit of lapis. We're gonna need 8. We're gonna need 30. We're gonna need half a stack of lapis. So let's just throw in a bunch of gunpowder and get a bunch of lapis. So this is gonna make resources really, really easy to get, or at least a lot easier. And it will store the energy value and all that kind of stuff, any leftovers, which is cool. And then we can just basically use our mob farm to power that. Now, eventually we will get a mob farm for those things, pigmen, so we can get gold. And we'll get one for endermen as well. But that will be later. So we have a little bit of lapis now. I put lapis in here, a diamond in here. Gunpowder we can put in there. So yeah, basically we can just kind of do whatever we want. We're going to need more lapis, but let's do that. That'll give us a little bit of lazurite. The glycine we can decompose some more, but the lazurite we can just put in there and get more. So I think for the rest of the lapis we'll go ahead and just get as much blue wool as we can. They've already regenerated. Let's take 2 pieces of redstone because why not? So yeah, this is going to be a really easy way to get a lot of cool stuff. And the reason why I'm doing this whole thing with the Vortex Infusion is that if we actually take a look at the recipe for, let's see, diamonds? What's going to be the best way to... diamonds. If we look at like what we can use diamonds for, let's see, is it going to be... it should be shapeless, right? Let's see, diamond blocks. Alright, so if we want a diamond block, we can actually get one from Vortex Infusions with gold. Now, I want to remind you guys that 1 diamond gives us a half a stack of gold in the IVT, in the IVET, is what I'm going to call it. 4 blocks of gold is 36. So we can basically get a block of diamond for a little more than 2 diamonds. Or a little more than 1 diamond. So, that would be a really, really efficient way to get a ton of diamonds. I don't know if we're going to do that because it is going to require aura. But aura doesn't actually disappear, I don't believe. So that's not too bad. We'll put that in here. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the lazurite. Alright, that's not enough. So you know what, let's go ahead and finish this thing off with getting more stuff. Let's see, 300 pearls. Lapis is actually somewhat expensive. It's 800. But we are gonna want like to teach this tome something to kind of get rid of things. Oops, wrong side. So let's do like cobblestone, just so that we can kind of clear out the energy if we want to. Actually, nah. You know what? Doesn't matter. So there's plenty of stuff we can kind of look at and whatnot, but let's go ahead and grab, let's see, 4 aura nodes, and we'll make the pedestals. Alright, and that should be another quest. We get a reward bag that is good, so blocks, Woolen Clay. Alright, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Alright, so now we have the vortex stuff. We can use the vortex pedestal to make different things. There's a lot of different like items we can do. Ooh, oreberry bushes. I don't know how to make them though. Okay, so that's something else I'll have to look into. I don't think this guy gives us anything, because I know there is the quests. But yeah, like I've said before, this is an unfinished pack, so it's hard to tell exactly like what we're supposed to be using and whatnot. You know what? Let's grab this guy and we'll put him over here instead of this chest, just so it fills up a little bit quicker. Insert extract, always active. Yeah, this is a much bigger chest, so it'll be better. We can even organize it a little bit. Arrows. We're gonna have a ton of arrows. Rotten flesh we're going to have a good bit of. You know, string. But like chicken and blitz rods. Sugar. Spider eyes. Let's see, sticks we can do. Niter. Gunpowder can go here. Bones. We'll have glowstone and redstone and slime balls and ender pearls and all that fun stuff. Alright, cool. That's good enough for now. We need to put that away. Cool, cool, cool. So, let's see. Is there anything else we want to do right away? So, there might be more quests and whatnot that'll appear as we kind of continue going through a lot of this stuff. But at this point, like, we can start making diamonds from other things. We can start making anything that has exchange energy. We can now use to make other things. Whether or not they're good or not, that's a different thing. But do we have like platinum? No. Alright, so one more thing that I want to do is I want to make a sickle. That'll be the last thing we do. So we're going to make this sickle from Calculator. It requires a reinforced shovel and a reinforced axe. And that's going to require a little bit of iron. Or maybe, just maybe, we'll have some stuff in here. Let's see. Small stones. Does it have? Nope. Dang it. Let's see. We have a reinforced iron axe. Is that what we want? No, we just want a reinforced axe. So this takes no iron whatsoever. Just takes a little bit of reinforced stone. So the thing we're going to make is a sickle. Now, why do we want a sickle? Well, because it's about time. So we need an axe and a shovel. So there's the axe, shovel, and then a calculator to put them all together, and that makes a sickle. Now, what's a sickle? Well, basically this thing will allow us to harvest manually trees, specifically the purple tree, the amethyst tree. And what we can do with that is we can get, oh, is it, do we have to break the leaves? We could make a stone, we could make at some point the stone assimilator. That's probably what we're going to want. And that will give us the amethyst from that. So you know what? That's what we'll wait on. We'll make a cache and all that kind of stuff for it. So that'll be a future thing. I will look into what the Scroll of Transmutation does. But I think that is a good enough wrapping up point. I need to do a couple of things. So one thing that I need to do is I need to figure out what is going to give us... You know what? I know what we have a lot of right now. That's going to give us a lot of EMC, exchange energy, I think. No, they're not that good. Never mind. We're not going to use cocoa beans. But it was an idea. So we need to figure out something that's going to give us a lot of EMC, exchange energy, without really like costing us too much. That way we can make plenty of diamonds fairly easily. We can also use the Vortex Infusion if we want. Not necessarily something that we're going to do. So, you know, nether wart, how good is that? Not very. So yeah, we'll figure things out. Seeds are actually good because we're going to have a lot of seeds from the wheat and not really much use for it. So maybe seeds. You know, different... I mean, ender pearls are always going to be great. But unfortunately, amethyst does not have... let's see, does the normal? No. So a lot of the calculator stuff doesn't actually have exchange energy values. Aura crystals do because of the way they are, but yeah, we'll figure out some cool stuff to do. and go from there. So next time, I think what we're going to work on is getting enough diamonds so that we can get emeralds. And then from there we can start looking at, well, the rest of Calculator and going on from that. So this thing is going to be super duper important. I'm going to feed it a bunch of energy. And hopefully, you know what? I wonder. Ha! So compressed cobblestone also has the energy value. So we could use compressed cobblestone. That is an idea. But yeah, so I'm going to get a bunch of diamonds. And, you know what? I realize I know exactly how we're going to do it. Can I break this guy? Certainly can. Alright, let's get enough ender pearls because we're not really using ender pearls right now. Let's get enough ender pearls. Or, Niter is, I think that's 4 points. Let's see. I guess let's get glowstone. You know, I should probably teach it glowstone blocks as well. And we'll get some glowstone. And here's what we're going to do. And this is very, very cheaty. But it is also kind of a hassle. But it's super duper cheaty. We're going to put this down. Because resources are no longer going to be a problem. And I'm going to tell you that right now. We're going to completely cheese this. We might not do it too much later, but I'm getting tired of chopping down trees to grind for carbon to get diamonds. So what we can do is let's put enough glowstone blocks in there to get a diamond, a single diamond. We then get our gold ingots, and we'll get 8 diamonds. And we'll just duplicate like this. And we can just continuously do that as much as we want. So, yeah, I'm going to completely cheese this, but the transmutation table is way overpowered. Apologies if you don't like it. I'll try not to do it, like, ridiculously. You know what? Nah, I'll probably do it all the time. We'll get a bunch of iron and all that kind of stuff from this. But next time we are going to use the IVET to get emeralds and kind of finish up that stuff so we can finish up Calculator. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!